The Joe Rogan Experience.
Did you see the Tucker Carlson interview on Full Send?
Yes, I saw. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I saw a few clips of it when he's talked about how much he regrets supporting the war in Iraq. That's what you're referring to. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe him. I think he really means it.
I believe him too.
Sometimes there's people like John McCain types who go like, or Hillary Clinton, they'll admit, okay, it was a mistake, but then they still support every subsequent war after that, and it doesn't see. Whereas Tucker is like, I'm so ashamed that I supported this. I'll never forgive myself for it, and has opposed every subsequent war after that. And I'm like, okay, I think this guy really believes it.
He's different than people want to pretend he is. First of all, the guy was a deadhead.
Yeah.
You know that? He used to follow the dead around?
Yeah.
So for sure dropped acid.
That'd be my guess.
I would. How else can you enjoy the music?
I think it's legally required that you've taken acid at least once if you're going to enjoy the Grateful Dead. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't brushed up on the statutes.
Comes alive to LSD, according to my friends who've been there and done that.
It's really interesting what the public perception of Tucker Carlson is, or particularly how polarizing he is to people that it's almost like they're describing a different person than he actually is.
Right.
I think he was the most interesting person in cable news, the most thoughtful, most intelligent. Like he was really I don't agree with him on anything. On my podcast, we used to do a segment, or I had just done it so many times that we started joking about it being a segment that we called Contra Carlson, because I was just disagreeing with him. Like he had all these economic ideas that I completely disagree with. And I disagree with a lot of stuff he said, but he was like such like the lone voice in like really the corporate press who was completely opposed to the military industrial complex, completely opposed to big pharma and all of the COVID insanity. It was really good on like speaking up about a lot of really important issues that you would think like a good leftist would at least appreciate that he's good on that issue, you know? And some of them did. This is what he's the guy who's having Glenn Greenwald on his show. You know what I mean? He's the guy who's having Aaron Mattei and Jimmy Dore.
Yes.
These aren't right wingers.
Yes.
He's having having them.
A lot of left wingers.
And it was very interesting. He wasn't a partisan. He would be completely against the Republican Party, was viciously critical of the Republican Party, hates the Republican establishment. And even the stuff I've seen so many people be like, he bought into Trump's claims that the election was stolen. And I'm like, I don't know, dude, do you watch him? Because I watched his show, and that's actually not true. He was the guy, he took a lot of heat from right-wingers, that immediately following the election of 2020, he really aggressively called out Trump's lawyers, Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell, I think was the other one, because they were making claims about the Dominion voting machines, that they flipped millions of votes. And Tucker Carlson went on his show and he goes, okay, if this is true, it's the biggest story in the history of the United States of America. So what evidence do you have? And he's like, we have reached out privately to Trump's lawyers. We've gotten nothing in return. So to be clear, they're making this claim and providing nothing to back it up. He really was like, no. Now, what he has said later is they'll pull quotes and be like, yeah, but he referred to 2020 as a scam or something like that. And it's like, yeah, but you don't watch his show. So you don't get that, like, what he was saying was, yeah, the Dominion vote flipping thing is bullshit. No one's ever provided any evidence of that. But the fact that big tech and the intelligence agencies worked together to undermine the Hunter Biden story to get Joe Biden across the finish line is bullshit. Like that's,
that
you know
is
what
a
I mean?
scam.
And that's a scam. And that's a completely reasonable position to take. Again, it's just, like, look at this, dude. Don Lemon is out at CNN, right? I promise you, whoever replaces Don Lemon has the same exact views as Don Lemon and the same exact views of everybody else at CNN. And that's not true for Tucker Carlson.
Right.
Like, there was a guy out there who like would disagree with the rest of the people at his network.
Yeah.
Disagree with both political parties.
He's really designed for the internet.
I hope he goes there.
He's going to, unless they've paid him off to if I was a person in a position of power and a wild card like Tucker Carlson got released from Fox News and maybe Rumble makes a deal with him or something like that, do you have any fucking idea how big that would be? How big his show, it could make that app, it could make that platform. I mean, if Tucker Carlson goes over there, it would be worth it for them to invest a considerable amount of money. But if I was Fox News, that's the last thing I would want. So I would make sure that we have him locked up for the entire term of some contract, some no compete, and pay him off. You'd be better off just giving him the same amount of money he made when he was on the air.
Well, and I wonder
him opposing you.
I wonder what he's already under contract for. You know what I mean? Like there may already be some clause in his contract that says, if we leave, there's X amount of time.
Sure.
I don't know.
They're fucking Fox News, man. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're not stupid. But it was very shocking seeing him leave.
Yes, I was surprised. Although in hindsight, one of those things where like I was surprised right away, and then like 2 days later, I'm like, how was he ever even there? Like, how would this guy was on the 8 p.m. hour at Fox News saying the CIA killed Kennedy? Like, how was that ever a real thing?
Right.
Like
say that.
It's insane. He was like it. But what's crazy to me is that like so many progressives have like. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something. It's like, is this the real you, man? Have you just been replaced with an NPC? The 8 p.m. hour at Fox News is saying the CIA killed Kennedy. That's not interesting to you?
Right.
That's not like I'm not saying you have to agree with him on everything, but like that's not that's different than Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
This is a different world we're living in now.
Yeah.